Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ladotti, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to Luch Dog.
Luch Dog.
Luch Dog.
This is Andy Cruz from Sirius XM 415, and you're listening to Luch Dog in the Morning.
The #1 sports show on the planet. Yeah, boy.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get after it. We got a big one today, and I ain't wasting any time. What's up, Richmond? Giddy up. So welcome to the show, my wonderful friends. How are we feeling on a beautiful Sunday morning? Yet again on Sports 106.1, right through your earbuds. God, we love doing it. Belly, what's up, my man?
Not much. How you doing today?
You're looking at me like I'm crazy. What's wrong?
Just the snare in my headphones is a little off, so I'm just
Turn up
trying
my snare.
to process that in my brain.
I got Matty Potts in the Santa Monica newsroom. What's up, brother?
Greetings and salutations, guys. Let's strap it on.
Strap it on, indeed. We got a big one. Oh, boy. We have got Disney buying all of sports, it seems like. We're going to check out the NBA landscape. We've got a whole bunch of could-do-nots. And then I really want to get into the Donovan McNabb and Eric Berry scandals, and, of course, Giancarlo Stanton and how much that has wrecked South Florida. Jack from Soapbox Sports will be here to discuss that right around 10:40. So welcome to all you listeners watching on the YouTube channel, LITM Podcast. Thank you for listening. And, of course, all of you on Sunday morning catching us on Sports 106.1. Let's get into this because I want to recap, if we can, start with Belly. Can you recap the Thursday night game, please, of garbage that was from the NFL?
Recap it.
well, hey, let me just hop in before Belly starts.
Yeah.
Just to highlight, this is one thing I do know, is that we're talking about the NFL game on Thursday, right? Mm-hmm. Both teams had more to get by losing. Right?
More to gain by losing. They should have been playing to lose.
Right. Okay.
To lose. Yeah.
Just making sure, because
this was a fight for draft pick level,
right?
For sure.
But how do you say that to your players? Like, how about that? I mean, man.
Did you say that to your players?
Well, did you see the new GM for the Browns came in and said that the previous regime basically didn't do a good job of drafting real players while they're mid-season?
While those players are on your team,
they're still playing. I mean, for real. So give us Brock Osweiler off the bench, huh?
Yeah, Brock Osweiler to come in because Trevor Siemian left in the first quarter. And he proceeded to light up the Indianapolis Colts.
Who cares? Both teams. Just go shove.
Yeah, for real. That's why it was a snoozer and a snore fest, folks. I forgot it was even on. I was watching Capitals hockey.
Yeah, we're excited about that. We'll do a little bit. We will do hockey. Belly is going to punch me in the nose if we don't talk hockey soon. So
hockey fight.
I promise that'll happen.
I'll pull his shirt over his head.
Oh, please.
Hit him a few other times.
I'd crush you. All right. NBA landscape is something that we're going to get to soon. I'm going to kind of switch things around here. We've got to talk about Disney buying all of sports. Now, this is
not just all of sports. They own everything.
They own everything, folks.
Disney owns me somehow, probably.
If you don't know this, let me just tell you right now, things are getting real.
What do you mean buying all of sports?
Okay, so I'm pulling it up right. Well, here, let me tell you something. Disney just spent $52 billion acquiring Fox, Century 21 Fox. So now all those studios from Fox, basically put it this way. Disney, who owns ESPN, just bought 22 regional Fox Sports networks. Yes, network, all those. So now all live sports, basically, is pretty much coming through ESPN. And, okay, big deal. But let me tell you something. When we get into ratings, if you want to talk ratings, I have here, it's a deal worth $52.4 billion in stock, plus Disney will take on the $13.7 billion more in debt that was from Fox. As part of the deal, 21st Century Fox and its stations, Fox News, Fox Business Channel, FS1, those will all stay away. So basically, Disney took everything but Fox News, Fox Business Channel, FS1, FS2, and the Big Ten Network. What they
and the Big Ten Network.
Right. What they took was the rights to basically all of Fox's live sports.
Okay.
Now, the reason that this matters is I went into looking at ratings. Belly, what do you think the ratings are like a football game compared to like a First Take? First Take does very well. Pardon the Interruption does very well.
I'm sure the football games are way more, though.
Magnanimously. Like a massive number, like times 4. It's
like 7.2 to like 1.3.
You're getting on average. So I actually have numbers for you. According to ESPN, First Take in July to August had about 404,000 viewers. 404,000. Compared to Fox FS1's Undisputed with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, 129,000.
That's like not even enough to be on the air.
Right. Now, that's why they left FS1. And some people are
Who?
wondering, ESPN did not pick up FS1.
yeah.
They're not picking up
Because they don't want to pay Skip Bayless again?
Exactly. And that's what people are wondering. Is this partly vindictive? Because people like Colin Cowherd, Skip Bayless, they're all on FS1.
Yeah.
And they kind of left the company with ESPN on bad terms.
But did they own Fox NFL Sunday?
Who?
Disney.
They did pick up. They did. Yes, they picked that up.
All right.
So they're taking everything but basically
all their old cast-offs.
All their old cast-offs, which is hilarious to me. However, let's talk pre-fight. Let's talk Conor McGregor. The post-fight, let's see. The post-fight coverage just for the fight alone in ESPN had 1.3 million viewers, which is also four
Talking
times.
about a main event.
That's a main event. Fine. You want to just go regular ratings? How about this? How about this, Potts? Nice. I have the ratings for all of ESPN. The top 15 or 16 draw about 1 million viewers on average and above. Everything below that is less, obviously. So the things that are drawing more than 1.1 million viewers, SportsCenter, NFL Countdown, NFL Primetime, College Football Scoreboard, Monday Night Countdown, NFL regular season, NBA regular season, college regular season. I mean, the NFL regular season is bringing in 8.4 million viewers.
And yet they spend so much money on these guys on their stupid talk shows.
First Take has 400. First Take at the same time that these ratings were taken was 500,000 viewers.
I hate
same with
First Take.
same with PTI. Same with all of them. Highly questionable.
That is atrocious. How is that even possible?
Well, the whole
What?
point is it doesn't
24-hour
matter.
news networks need content.
Yes, and it doesn't matter what they put on. They could put on Rick and Morty for all they care. It doesn't matter. Because the truth is they're making money through the games, and that's the only thing that you're not going to want on DVR. You're going to watch it live. It's Netflix proof. It's the games, and that's what matters.
Right.
And so they
That makes
just
sense.
bought the rights to 41 out of 80 professional sports teams.
Wow.
So they own now over half of all live games. Oh, by the way,
I knew Disney owned me somehow.
right? By the way, this goes to movies as well. They now own 7 of the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time. Let's go there. They own number 10, Beauty and the Beast, Disney. 9, Frozen, Disney. 7, Avengers, Disney.
And any X-Men movie they now own.
5. Well, now they, yes, I'm getting there. 5, Avengers, Age of Ultron. Now, top 3, Force Awakens, Disney. What is that?
That's Star Wars.
Oh, that's right. I don't watch Star Wars. Sorry, guys. Number 2 and number 1. What are the top 2 highest grossing movies of all time? And those are the 2 they picked up from Fox. Disney already had the other ones, but they just picked up number 1 and number 2. What do we think they are?
No idea. I can't believe it's not Star Wars.
Think Leo.
Titanic.
Titanic is number 2. Number 1, James Cameron.
Avatar.
I was forgetting, yeah.
Yep. And so they just picked those 2 up now as well. It's now, Walt Disney Studios and 20th
They
Century
didn't
Fox.
make that money. That money was made for Fox.
Correct, but now they own all of the rights to it and anything that comes off of it. And, of course, Avatar, the second one's coming out now. They also, yeah, they're all going to own, they also now own X-Men, Fantastic Four, Star Wars, Deadpool.
Good, they can put them all in the same movie.
How about this? ESPN, Disney already owned 30% share in Hulu. Now they own 60% share.
They better not screw up Deadpool, though.
They're now a majority stakeholder in Hulu. They now
own
have
The
60%.
Simpsons. All right?
Huh?
They own The Simpsons.
I mean, they own
Family
everything.
Guy.
They pretty much they now own all of it. All of it. $52 billion, and they took on $13.7 billion in debt.
So what does Fox own now?
They are
Like, what is
now
Fox gonna
owning
be?
Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2. They own Colin Cowherd
Big
and
Ten
Skip
Network.
Bayless, basically, and the Big Ten Network.
Do they own the Fox TV station, but they don't
Fox
really
News,
programs
they
on it.
own.
but they are going to be changing the name of it. It's going to be under a new conglomerate because they're not Fox anymore.
People are going to be very upset.
Yeah.
They're going to get very confused.
So the Fox TV network will be something else.
Is what I am hearing.
Wow.
Is what I am hearing. I think no. I'm sorry. I see what you're asking. They're still going to call it Fox under the Disney ones, but the ones that aren't owned by Disney are now going to have to call themselves something else.
So Fox
when I
Sports 1
tur-
can't be
turn
called
on
it.
the
It's not going to be
TV.
Fox Sports 1 anymore. Yes, correct.
So what will it? So the TV, like when I turn on the TV to watch channel whatever 5 and some
That'll be Fox as long as
not
it's
be
owned
called
by
Fox.
Disney. But I think the ones that I mentioned, like Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, Fox News, those will all have to rename themselves and rebrand because they're no longer Fox.
Yeah, but where are they going to air it? Because they don't own the station.
Right. Exactly. So they're
That
gonna
is
they're gonna be this little
anyway.
offset on an island now. Big things have just happened in entertainment, and
It sounds
I
like
know
a
this is
sinking island.
well, yeah, and I know this is a sports show. This is directly affecting who is bringing you all of your live sports, and that's what really matters.
Yeah.
That's what really matters. You need it. You have to have ESPN now. But what's fascinating about this is the whole reason for this is they're doing this to bump up content for their new 2019 streaming app from Disney. And then they also now have a majority sharehold in Hulu, where people think that it's suspected that they're going to have more of their adult content on Hulu because Disney is Disney. And then on the streaming app, it's going to be basically Frozen and all that stuff. Absolutely fascinating to me. By the way, First Take averaged 404,000 viewers from July 31st to August 25th. Far less than just one episode of Elena and Avalor, which is on Disney Junior, and Paw Patrol on Nick Jr.
I know those kids love the Paw Patrol. for
Unbelievable. So the whole landscape has just completely changed, and I find this fascinating. It's fascinating the way this stuff, because so let's open it up to you guys. What I wanted to ask you now that I'm done with all the facts, do you think we'll ever get to a point where you're not going to care about watching sports live the way you don't want to watch TV live? Belly, let's start with you.
I mean,
Or is
I
that
love
just always
watching
Netflix proof?
I think sports are going to be Netflix proof because it's too hard. Like, it's hard enough for people on the West Coast not to get spoiled about Game of Thrones. You really think that sporting events are going to not be viewed live to the point where people are just like...
What's the gambling? It's the gambling. The gambling
Exactly.
runs it all.
Exactly. Money
Well, I
is
mean,
the talk.
Like,
ahead.
I don't like really gamble, but like when I know a game is already played, I've lost all interest in watching it on, DVR. I mean, I don't think I've ever DVR'd a game, but for me, just knowing mentally that a game is already over, I've lost all interest. I don't know. I mean, I know there's people like you, Luch, that have no problem not answering your phone.
I
when you're
will.
in the
But
middle
you
of a
have
DJ
to. You
gig
have
so
to
you
put
can
your
go home and
dude. You
and
have
I mean,
to
maybe
put your
that's
phone.
it. Like that's kind of a different situation where like you're gonna run home and watch it. The game ended maybe an hour ago, and
Yes,
you're like, so
yes,
you're still
correct.
getting it pretty fresh. But for me, like. Just the next morning. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't. It's lost all appeal to me after I know
it's kind of like
already over.
Right.
It's like watching the finale of a show. Like, say you just watch the finale of Lost, and
Well,
then
Game of
you
Thrones is
decide
kinda-
to rewatch the whole show.
But isn't Game of Thrones kind of
halfway
that way?
through, you'd be like, I know how this ends. Forget about it.
Right. Totally.
Texter writes in, I've heard people record games just so that they can skip commercials and then they stay off the internet and watch it later. I definitely wait an hour for basketball games. That's true.
That's
yeah.
different. Well, that's different.
That's different.
Like
Good call, Texter.
That's different. By the time you catch up to the game, it's almost
over. You're right. When I go do a DJ gig on a Sunday and I want to watch the Redskins game, do you know how hard it is for me to not get a random notification on my phone? Redskins score. Here's the score.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins passes for a touchdown. Like, it's impossible. So, I mean, I really do feel, but like things like Game of Thrones that are so popular in the public eye, you kind of can't wait to watch those either. Those are the ones that are on Sunday night. You pretty much have to sit
you're
down
right.
because you're going to get spoiled.
I haven't been watching The Walking Dead this season. I'm like, sweet, I can just binge watch the entire season, and they just let out the biggest spoiler, like it's the mid-season finale, and they let out this huge spoiler alert to where, like you were saying, Belly, like now I'm gonna watch the whole season. I'm already gonna know how it ends, basically, and it's kind of a big bummer because it was a huge spoiler. Like, are you kidding?
Beth dies.
I saw the spoiler too, and it wasn't like something I went out seeking.
No, and Beth,
It was
Beth
something
died
like
about
Facebook posted.
and Beth died like 5 years ago, so that's
Yeah.
not a spoiler.
That's
I just
not-
remember
right.
people were spoiling that, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
So-
it's such a bummer, but People suck.
So very nicely done from the texters. Remember, it's 571-354-7338 if you would like to call or text. We love the input, but just realize, folks, it ain't all cartoons and playtime with Disney. They are taking over the world.
Yep.
So what is it? Michael Eisner and Bezos are going to just fly in a multi-billion-dollar jet above the planet and just giggle?
Yeah.
Is Eisner still alive? Thank you. All right, let's go to a quick break if we can.
Hey, that's owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah. We'll get a suit over there.
Oh, sorry.
All right,
That
Belly,
just
take
cost
us
us
out of here.
$5.
Give me some tunes.
Tune
Let's get to a
edge.
break, and then we will get back in about 2 minutes. We've got a lot to still get to. Want to get to Donovan McNabb and
Yeah.
Eric Berry. That massive story is just, well, it's just the beginning. It's finally hitting sports, folks. Here it comes. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 minutes. It is Luch Dog in the morning.
At litmradio.com.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Western. Stop by today, or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com. And don't forget dollar tacos for Taco Tuesdays. Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
Do you want to learn how to defend yourself efficiently with your handgun? Or use pepper spray with the confidence of real-life training? How about develop an actionable home defense plan? Innovative Defensive Solutions offers realistic personal defense training both in Manassas and Doswell. IDS Training also travels nationwide to host range and classroom locations. Since 2003, IDS Training has been teaching people to improve their safety through contextually accurate and realistic personal defense training, including concealed carry permit courses, pepper spray courses, beginner firearm safety, and of course defensive firearm training. So head over to innovativedefensivesolutions.com or call 571-535-4437 with promo code LUCH, that's L-U-C, and get 20% off their coursework. You can also find IDS on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with the handle @IDS Training. Innovative Defensive Solutions, making you safer through realistic firearm training. Real training for real life. InnovativeDefensiveSolutions.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
Oh, no. Eric Berry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
It's not Eric Berry that got alleged with sexual harassment. He is hurt for the Chiefs. I am sorry. It's Eric Davis. Woo!
Poor Eric Berry.
Eric Berry, my fault, buddy. Ain't you?
I was like, Eric Berry has done nothing wrong.
Oh, Belly's over here going, I am looking up everything possible, and there is absolutely nothing on Eric Berry. What are you talking
You're gonna
about?
need some serious internet.
We have speeds from 10 megs to 10 gigs.
sorry.
But I have
We definitely don't
locations
have
all
licensing for that.
Is that you?
That was me.
All right, he's mad at me. So here, let's do this. Donna
Sorry.
McNabb and Eric Davis, not Eric Berry. Eric Berry, really, I am sorry. I did not mean to put your name anywhere near a sexual harassment scandal. We will get to all that, but I forgot. It is segment 2, and you know what we do in segment 2. We get a little real with you to show that we are people too. So I would like to start with a Could You Not? I know Potts has a Could You Not. This is the only time that we get a little away from sports, but we will go right back to it. We just moved into a new studio. You can see it on channel LITM Podcast on YouTube. If you're watching live, thank you for all of you watching. We appreciate you guys. Belly's moving in. We're in a new apartment. How much would this infuriate you? Oh, boy. Now, first of all, I got a problem with myself, Belly. When I see somebody parked in a handicapped parking spot, and then I see a handicapped thing on their, like, hanging from their rearview mirror, my initial thought is, yeah, sure. And that's wrong. That's wrong.
Mostly.
My initial thought is, yeah, I bet. I bet you're just trying to get you some free parking. That's where I'm at. And I'm not proud of that, but I caught myself having that thought. So what's happening is there's a reserved spot.
There's actually 2 reserved spots.
Dude, imagine you go down your stairs from your apartment complex, and there's only 4 spots in front of your building, and the middle 2 are reserved. And you're like, what? Okay, fine. Fine. I look at the car in the reserve spot that's literally the numero uno primo spot, and it's got a handicap thing hanging from her rearview mirror. And I said, oh, okay, that's fair. There's no handicap spots on this line of spots. She probably just got this because maybe she needs it. Maybe she's just trying to get free parking. And then I saw her walking one day. It took her maybe 5 minutes to get the 15 feet. Oh, wow. Yeah. So I was like, I felt horrible about
myself.
believe
she walks up the stairs then.
Yeah, because there's no ramp
like 5
either.
Steps. You got to get concrete steps. You got to get up
to the first floor. So moving forward, I now no longer care that she's handicapped, and I don't feel bad about saying this because she is parking in the open spot next to her reserve spot to keep her reserve spot open. Now, I don't think that's okay. So to the lady underneath us, could you not park in the one free open space when you have one clearly reserved for you next to it?
And I'm guessing it's also she's also has the second reserve spot too.
It's infuriating. No, that's another neighbor. But I just don't understand. If you're going to reserve a spot, why are you parking the free one next to it and then taking up 2? Potts, am I wrong?
No, I would just park at the reserve spot.
That's what's coming, folks. That's coming next. That's coming.
So you're sure that someone's not parked in her reserve spot when she gets
100% chance. I've seen it multiple times. What she does is she parks in the one next to it and then leaves her spot open so that when her daughter comes over, whenever she does, who's our age, she has a spot to park in.
Really?
Yeah, I would park in the reserve spot, and I wouldn't even think twice about it.
Beautiful. All right, I'm doing it from here on out. I just don't want to start a fight with the people who are right below us when we're doing a radio show at like 10 a.m.
Don't be a wuss.
That and Adam.
So where are you parking?
Adam's building up a track record.
Dude, I got to park like 30 feet away.
I don't have to park. It's not terrible.
It's not horrible,
I'm
but
a very physically fit male to the point where I can walk 30 feet.
Yeah, but you're not living here yet. When you get here and it's freezing cold and you want to park and you see an open spot and you can't even park there because this lady is parked in the open one?
BS.
Come on.
In my hours of work, I will never get primo parking.
No, you certainly won't.
I've accepted this failure in life.
Potts, take us through yours, and then we'll go right back to sports. I know you got a could you not, Belly. Do you have one for the day?
No.
Okay, Potts, hit me.
Yeah, it's just a general. I mean, because you guys know I've been spending a lot of time at the grocery store lately.
Okay, for those who haven't listened, he is not spending time at the grocery store. He's eating at the grocery store.
Right. I actually, I did it last night too. I went to the grocery store and had. You know what I noticed? And the lines were
like
really
a menu.
long.
He's like looking at the shelves like it's a menu, and he's like, "What will I have today?"
No, because I'm eating the same thing. I'm not like crazy, and the lines were really long. So I was like, "Oh, tonight's gonna be a 4-cookie night," but it wasn't. So I mean, I do have this thing where I take these organic waffle cookies off the shelf, unwrap them, and eat them. I only had 2 last night, but
he's not paying for them, folks. He's not paying for them.
No, yeah, right. No, I'm definitely not paying for them. But what I've noticed anyway. So I'm wandering up and down the aisles because I can't stand in line until I'm done eating my cookies. So I've noticed that, what do you think about people wearing sunglasses indoors? I don't get it at all.
I didn't think we were going
there was
there.
a smoking hot chick wearing these and they weren't even like just DL. So they were like Tom Cruise Top Gun sunnies. Like,
so you don't think
these it was like the most obnoxious.
I know California's sunny,
you're
but
indoors.
So you don't think she was like maybe coming back from an eye appointment?
No, not at 10 o'clock at night. No, I don't.
Yeah, if this was
wait, why is she wearing sunglasses at 10 o'clock
in
night?
the morning, and she was obviously holding a hot egg and cheese sandwich, then she's hungover for sure.
For sure, that's a good point.
But there's no way at 10 o'clock at night, unless. Unless they're still really paranoid about going into stores even when they're stoned up. So.
Yeah, that's true. She's probably stoned. Let's take that to the audience. 571-354-7338. I would like right now reasons that she would be wearing sunglasses in a store. What kind of store? A grocery store.
She could have had a black guy from Terrible.
10 o'clock at night. So was
and
she?
I have a theory I wanted to run by.
Yes.
It's a lame theory, but
Sure.
I mean, she was hot. Do you think hot girls wear sunglasses indoors so guys don't like hit on them, or so they don't have to like make eye contact with people?
I think Belly was right. I think she's stoned, man. Because eye contact, she's clearly avoiding eye contact. That's a good point. It's either she doesn't want to be hit on.
That or she forgot she was even wearing them because she was so stoned.
California. 571-354-7338. What is the reason that somebody would be wearing sunglasses in a grocery store at 10 o'clock at night?
Maybe her eyes look like a hot mess because she just got out of a nightclub and her eyes were sweating and her
Whose eyes sweat? Oh,
her eyes
I see.
were sweating.
I see.
Her eyes are sweating.
I'm picturing like pus coming out of her eyes. Like I've got this girl like completely disheveled leaving the club, and she's like, "I just need to get a cupcake.
I need to get some waffle cookies, and they're all out. I don't know where they
Where
go."
are the organic waffle cookies?
They're so good. I could show her exactly where they're at.
Texter writes in, she probably got hit by her boyfriend. That is inappropriate.
no.
We can do better than that, texters.
She was crying earlier that day, so
That's
she didn't
not
want
funny.
anyone to see and ask her why she was crying.
We shouldn't be laughing at that, but yes, texter
No.
clearly I hope is joking.
But
Good
yeah,
Lord.
I'm just laughing at that.
I know. I do.
No, but
of the
don't wear
answer.
sunglasses inside, folks. Not
If
cool.
you're wearing sunglasses inside, I'm immediately assuming that you're stoned. That's
Yeah.
the rule, right?
Yeah.
That's the rule. Okay.
I didn't think about that. I was actually just immediately assuming she was an a-hole, but I mean that's a better theory, I guess.
Oh man, I got so much to do today. I don't even know how to do it. What are we gonna do? You want to get into it? Let's do that. We could do that. I think I got another text here. Yes, we do. Definitely blazed from the texters. What does they say? Definitely blazed. Can't wait. Definitely blazed. Can't get the song I Wear My Sunglasses at Night.
Hey, speaking of blazed, did you guys see? You probably didn't. Did you see there was a brush fire like right next to Dodger Stadium on Thursday?
The whole state of California is on fire last I heard.
I did not see that.
And I know, so it's actually hard to like discern what's what. But I mean, I get all my news off Snapchat, which is such a great way to get your news. By the way, you should like subscribe to different little channels like ESPN, SportsCenter actually has their own,
Twitter. I mean,
like
that's the same
Snap.
thing.
And it gives you these little just quick snippets. And what's funny is SportsCenter has this whole other like sportscasters for Snapchat.
Cassidy
like,
Hubbard.
These two really hot girls
It's
and
Cass-
this guy
it's
and he's got full sleeves. And like the girls are cute and they're like super sassy and they make all these jokes. It's like such a
they're some of my favorites.
It's Cassidy
Do you
Hubbard.
guys know who I'm talking about?
It's Cassidy Hubbard, and I believe it's Antonita Collins. Tony Collins. But I know that ESPN has definitely moved some of its resources to little 1-minute online clips like Snapchat, Twitter, to give you your news
It's
like
so
that
great.
instead of having you tune in at 6 o'clock for, Jamel and Michael Hill.
Right. And, dude,
Michael
I'm
Smith.
telling you, it's great because, like, you could be, like, I'm sitting at my store at Restaurant and Marinade, sitting there, and you could just watch quick clippets of news. Like I said, they're sassy and funny. And so you get these little things that you probably wouldn't even make it to on air to regular SportsCenter. And that's where I saw this, like, brush fire by Dodger Stadium. But what's funny about Snapchat is, like, they loop in video that just regular people are taking because you can, I guess, geotag
Right,
the video.
right.
So somehow SportsCenter can go and pull like all the hashtag Dodger Stadium brush fire videos, and they loop in regular people's videos, and people like record their face and they're like, oh man, another fire. And it's just like, so you get all this random video. That's
where we're headed. That's where we're headed. And that's like, the minute-long clip that we did with the naked guy on top of a truck with a knife going down 28.
Which
and if
was
you wanna,
so funny.
Oh, if you want
my
to see
God,
that, go to our.
was great.
That was a great call on that. Potts, I got to give you credit. He was all over me. Hey, Lucio, how about we stop being so lazy and start doing the 1-minute Instagram clips again? Because they're phenomenal. And you're right. It's a great way to get our show out there. Just check out our Instagram, LITM Podcast. You can see the video and us talking about it for a minute. Belly is hilarious, discussing this naked man on top of a truck with a knife on 28, going about 60 miles an hour.
And when you were saying the story last week, or this week, like, I didn't realize the guy was driving, like, on top of a truck.
On the truck!
Beating the top. I mean, like, it was, seeing it was a whole nother ballgame.
I think it was like a scene out of Encino Man. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie with Brendan Fraser.
Sure, yeah.
But it's like a caveman just woke up from ice, and he's like trying to destroy this truck that he thinks is some kind of monster.
He did actually look
like a dinosaur.
He did actually look like a caveman with his hair. Let's do this. I'd like to, because we've got Jack from Soapbox Sports calling in. Guru Jack will be calling in about 10 minutes. I want to get to Donovan McNabb and not Eric Berry. It is Eric Davis.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Donovan. I want to hear about
Suspended by ESPN amid sexual harassment allegations.
What?
Yeah, the next one. So remember when that story came out? Belly, who were the first three? It was like
Ike Taylor, Heath Evans, and Marshall Faulk. Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk, by the way.
So I'll just go ahead and read this. This comes from Bleacher Report. I'm not going to read a ton to you, but this is pretty short, and this is the story. Former NFL players Donovan McNabb and Eric Davis have been pulled from ESPN programming after being accused of sexual harassment during their time with the NFL Network, and this is years ago. It's back around 2012. For McNabb. On Tuesday, TMZ Sports provided details of a lawsuit filed by Jamie Cantor, and she's a former wardrobe stylist at the NFL Network who allegedly was harassed by several on-air analysts. Now, guys, please do not joke with me when I get to the part where I have to explain what the word is, because there's no way to explain it, so just don't get dirty with this. Pots. So, including Donovan McNabb and Eric Davis. Richard Deitch of Sports Illustrated passed along the statement from ESPN, their current employer, who said, "We are investigating the McNabb and Davis and they will not appear on our networks as that investigation proceeds." Apparently, Cantor said in the lawsuit that McNabb sent her sexually suggestive text messages asking if she was a something. Now, if I was somebody who farts a lot, you might ask that I was a farter. That's all I'm going to say.
Gotcha.
That's all I'm going to say. You can go ahead and look it up or figure it out from there, but it is extremely inappropriate. And then apparently Eric Davis, again, not Eric Berry, Eric Davis.
Just stop bringing up Eric Berry.
I should.
Just stop.
Groped, grabbed, and made sexually charged comments to her.
This is Eric Davis, folks.
Eric Davis. McNabb is 41, spent 13 years in the NFL. This is back when he was, in 2012, he started right out of the league. He started in the NFL Network and then served jail time for DUIs in 2013 and 2015. Unbelievable. And so this is basically now just getting to, and I mean, I watch Donovan McNabb every Monday on First Take.
So they haven't been fired, though. They're
said
they're not going to appear on.
They're going to be.
I can actually respect that, because what I was going to say is like, should there be some sort of like investigation before these people are just all losing their jobs? I mean, at least they're like,
oh
look,
yeah,
they're
Matt
not fired, but we're going to
Matt
investigate.
Lauer's thing didn't just happen and then all of a sudden they fired him. I mean, people look into this first.
That's an extreme case. I mean, I'm talking about all these littler things where people are just saying something and people are losing their.
Belly, is that littler?
Harvey Weinstein. That's like.
I mean, it's littler than Harvey Weinstein.
He's talking about like just in like someone made a tweet 17 years ago when Twitter came out.
Well, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Is the Donovan McNabb? It happened, 4 or 5 years ago.
6, yeah.
It was just, maybe one text message and like, okay.
No. Let's not downgrade it. It was more than one, and he asked her very inappropriate things. People are groping her. Basically, what I wanted to ask Belly is, do you believe now, because we all knew this was going to come to sports.
Oh yeah, it's definitely any place where alpha males
believe
people in power work.
That's the question I want to ask. What percentage to you, after all this is coming out, what percentage of men in power that you actually respect do you think have something like this in their past?
Oh,
put a number on it. 80?
It's high.
It's got to be up there.
But guys, what are you talking about? Like we've talked, there's difference between sexual harassment and sexual assault.
But this is harassment. No, we're not.
Different levels.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Now we're not saying he necessarily
we're just
assaulted
saying,
her. I'm saying this is sexual harassment to a T, and you could write HR about this.
Of course.
Right.
Of course.
Now I don't know, and we've talked a lot about this. Do you put Donovan McNabb and Kevin Spacey in the same boat? I don't think you do.
No, there's from what we're hearing, Donovan McNabb had sexual harassment. Kevin Spacey had sexual assault.
And we've talked about this a bunch of times on the show. I'm not saying what Donovan McNabb was okay. No. I'm just saying I think there are different levels of this, and it is just now it's just coming out left and right.
It's just going to keep coming.
But I mean, this was like when Tiger Woods had his. That broke me, man.
Guys, It's
broke me.
happening at your local McDonald's or
Yeah.
fast food place. It's
That's
happening everywhere. Anyone in a position of power, you're just not going to hear about it because no one cares
Very good
to hear
point.
about some
Joe
redneck
Schmo.
food manager hitting on a girl making minimum wage.
Potts, that is a fantastic point. We're going to get a break, and we'll get Jack from Soapbox Sports in here. I want to take what you just said and make one point as we leave here for the break. I challenge all of you men out there, all of us, we got to do better. We got to do better because all this is basically saying is we have been doing a terrible job respecting women. I don't care how I sound right now. This is literally, if you're an alpha male, you're freaking out because most likely this is probably in your past too. And that's a shame.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a shame. It's an absolute shame. So, men, we got
And
to do a better job.
Hopefully we are on our way to change.
I love it. All right, Belly, when we get back, can we get Jack in here? Can you pick him up?
Yeah, I'll start texting him and getting him on.
All right, Jack from Soapbox Sports will be here in just a minute to discuss Giancarlo Stanton breaking Major League Baseball. We'll do that next.
Okay.
Luch Dog in the morning.
At litmradio.com.
Belly's mad.
Do you want to learn how to defend yourself efficiently with your handgun? Or use pepper spray with the confidence of real-life training? How about develop an actionable home defense plan? Innovative Defensive Solutions offers realistic personal defense training both in Manassas and Doswell. IDS Training also travels nationwide to host range and classroom locations. Since 2003, IDS Training has been teaching people to improve their safety through contextually accurate and realistic personal defense training, including concealed carry permit courses, pepper spray courses, beginner firearm safety, and of course defensive firearm training. So head over to innovativedefensivesolutions.com or call 571-535-4437 with promo code LUCH, that's LUC, and get 20% off their coursework. You can also find IDS on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with the handle @IDS Training. Innovative Defensive Solutions, making you safer through realistic firearm training. Real training for real life. InnovativeDefensiveSolutions.com.
Marinate Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow-cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Wester. Stop by today or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com. And don't forget $1 tacos for Taco Tuesdays. Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
Welcome back, folks. It is Luch Dog in the morning. And we are here with you on Sunday, December 17th. Holy crap, where did December go? It's going to be Christmas soon. Are we going to do a Christmas episode? You're darn right we are. We don't take breaks here at Studio A, Belly.
Christmas is on a Sunday.
So happy holidays to everybody. No matter what you celebrate, have fun. Hope you're around family, friends. And of course, Giancarlo Stanton, which we will discuss right now with Jack from Soapbox Sports. Jack, what's up, my friend?
Oh, not a whole lot. It's Friday. I'm on my lunch, and I have tomorrow off. So here's hoping to get a start of a good weekend here in a minute.
Well, let's start it off by discussing the demise of South Florida. Tell me about Giancarlo Stanton? Where's he going? What do you hear about this deal? And then I want to kind of jump in if we can.
So he was traded to the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter's old team, obviously, for Starlin Castro and one other guy. I don't know.
Nobody
off the
knows.
top of my head who it was.
Nobody knows.
But anyway, he was he was traded to the Yankees for Castro and some prospects. The Marlins are clearly having a fire sale to rebuild their team. And outside of Yankees fans, for Washington Nationals fans, this is extremely good news for a few different reasons.
Tell me why it's good news, and then I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to tell these three why it's a horrible, horrible thing that happened. So tell us why it's good news, especially for us here in D.C., Jack.
It's good news in D.C. because the Marlins are obviously in the division, and trading away Stanton means, they're going to rebuild, which is good. One less team to worry about when it comes to playing against. The other good news is there's been a lot of talk about Bryce Harper going to the Yankees. This is his last year in D.C. under contract. Now with Stanton going there, I think that's something they do not have to worry about. That's
Jack, they're going after Manny Machado. You don't think they're going to go after Bryce?
Yeah, they'll just link them all up.
It's like the Rockets.
Jump on,
Bryce. They're not going to have the cap room to do all of that. They're not going to
Baseball doesn't have a cap.
They're not going to want to do all that. They only have cap room. I was thinking football.
Yeah.
But they don't have all the outfielders to do that. They already got Judge. They got Stanton. They got Starter. They're too full in the outfield. They're going to have to rotate designated hitters. The Yankees are already. They're not going to have room for Bryce Harper. It's good news for Nationals. Good news for the Nationals. They can go ahead and try again with Harper. Hopefully they can get him re-signed,
Jack,
or else it's going to be
they're gonna hit 700 plus home runs this year. That hasn't been done since the early 2000s.
Talking about the Yankees?
The Yankees as a team will hit over 700 home runs.
Between Sanchez, Judge, and Stanton? Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
Agreed.
No doubt.
So Jack, are the Yankees now the Golden State Warriors of baseball?
I wouldn't say they're the Golden State Warriors exactly. The East is still, or the American League is still a very competitive league. The Indians are still going to be around. The Red Sox are still doing good.
Astros Astros are American League now, aren't they?
All right, so let's do this. Jack from SoapboxSports.com, senior writer. Thank you for joining us, bud. Of course, we'll have you on next week. I got to let you go here, and then we're coming up on it. So thank you for joining us, bud. And for all of you Nats fans, he's telling you this is a great trade for you.
Well, especially for those who want to keep Bryce Harper. Shout out to Hot Mess.
So, Jack, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. We'll get you next week, okay?
Thanks for having me on. Talk to you later.
SoapboxSports.com is where you can find him. We're going to drop him. We'll keep Potts on. And I am going to tell you, while it's great for us here in D.C., the Giancarlo Stanton deal has broken South Florida. Okay, so now here's the thing. How often? Belly, do you remember when the Marlins won the World Series?
Yes.
What year?
2003.
2003. Since then, they have been through 4. This is their 4th ownership group. Am I correct? Do I have that right? And Jeter did not have the money to. That's on Potts. Potts. I'm getting a delay, I feel like, on your. I think I'm coming through your headphones into your microphone. Just throwing that out there. No?
Did you turn up something else?
Okay. No, we're good. That's all right.
Yeah.
So for anybody listening, we'll peel back the curtains. When you add and drop Skype calls, for some reason, about 30 seconds later, there's all kinds of weirdness, and then it goes away. So I apologize to the listeners for that 30 seconds of terrible radio. However, the Marlins, literally, since they won the World Series, their answer to everything has been to just rebuild, grab some people, rebuild, grab some people, rebuild. And the city of, South Florida, Miami, they're ready to just tear their hair out. Finally, they get this Giancarlo Stanton, who's like one of the top dogs in the game. And here comes Jeter, who promises that they're not going to do a huge rebuild. They get offered a team by Major League Baseball when another guy who was, I believe, of Cuban descent, he was ready to spend on the team. South Florida wants somebody to come in and build. Damn it, stop rebuilding. Spend on the team. You got Giancarlo Stanton. And what they told him, Potts, I don't know if you realize this, he had a no-trade clause. And they tried to send him to...
the San Francisco Giants.
That's right. And he said, no thanks, go shove. And there was another one, and he said, yeah, no thanks, go shove. And they said, all right, fine. This is Jeter saying, okay, fine then. You're either going to go to one of the teams that we agree upon, or I'm going to sell everyone, and you're going to be here with nothing but like single-A players.
Jeter owns the Marlins?
Jeter owns the Marlins, and he's paying himself $5 million a year. But they don't have the money at all, apparently, to build around Giancarlo Stanton. He wasn't even at the baseball, the talks, what is it, I forget, the owners' meetings.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter didn't go. He went to Monday Night Football instead.
Is he own it and he plays on the
No. Okay.
No, he doesn't play. He
No.
is retired from playing
He
baseball.
literally baseball wanted Derek Jeter to own a team, and they basically conspired to take it away from a guy who, with Cuban descent, down in South Florida, ready to spend on the team. They gave it to a guy in Jeter who has a group that has not nearly enough money. They're hemorrhaging money at this point. They're selling everything off. The only money they're making is off of the stadium, which was strictly built by the taxpayers so that we could bring baseball back to South Florida. We're not going to rebuild again. That was the promise. They built the stadium, and everybody's gone. They just gave away Giancarlo Stanton.
Not just Stanton. D. Gordon was traded away.
Jeez.
Miguel Ozuna was traded away.
It's absurd.
So the guy with the no trade clause agreed to be traded
to a winning team.
To the Yankees, and then
his
he
four
went.
teams were the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Astros, and I'm blanking on the fourth team.
Should have been the Nats.
But
would have been nice.
He basically was like, I'm going to teams who pretty much are going to win the World Series.
He said it. I wish we could play this sound. This is where we need to be able to play sound. But yeah, he said in his Yankees press conference, they're going to do another rebuild, and I'm not down with another losing year. I'm just not down with it. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, exactly.
I like Stanton too, so
he's a good dude. And now the fact that, because Potts, him and Judge were like the two guys. I don't remember. Do you remember the home run derby last year, which is now going to be this year in
every single Yankees game?
Well, no, yes, that's true, but it's
literally 3 of the participants from last year's home run derby are going to be on the same lineup. Gary Sanchez,
nice.
Gary Sanchez, Stanton, and Judge were all in the home run derby last year.
And they had Bohr, too, with the Marlins. I'm just thinking about Marlins and Yankees. Anyway, what I was saying is, home run derby, first of all, is going to be in Washington, D.C. this year. Very excited. Good luck getting tickets. But the All-Star game is in D.C., Nats Park this year in 2018. Can't wait. I know. Hot Mess Kim, invite me!
Hot Mess Kim is locking it in as we speak, probably.
Yeah. Kirk, hook me up.
Kim's the contact.
But in the when it was like this past year in 2017 when we were doing the home run derby, oh my God, all I could talk about was I hope it gets to be Judge versus Stanton, because they're the two big hitters in the league right now, and now they're on the same team. And so what I wanted to do to finish out the rest of the show is compare this to the NBA. I know we wanted to get to the NBA landscape. Belly's excited to talk about the Rockets, and so Belly, what I wanted to go to you, and then we'll get to Potts as well. Baseball is not basketball. This doesn't guarantee, in my eyes, that the Yankees are going to win squat. Right? You could put the best athletes on a team in basketball, and I can tell you right now who's going to win.
Yankees still have a huge problem with starting pitching.
Sure do. And that's why I think everybody right now is going, oh, my God. Like Potts, everybody's freaking out that the Yankees have all this offensive firepower. But which would you feel better betting on the outcome of the season, NBA or MLB?
Oh, NBA.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you. Which would you feel more comfortable guessing the outcome?
I don't care about either.
Well, I know you don't, but since you don't pay attention to either really, really closely, you're the casual fan of the show. Which sport, just by sport, would you think is more predictable?
If you're going to pick the two teams to go to a championship.
More predictable?
Yeah.
I don't think the NBA, because it just seems like there's like we were talking about, the Rockets are killing it. Then you've got the Cavs. Then you've got
but
the
same
Thunder.
Do you want to blast them? Do you want to blast them, or should I blast them?
Good players.
Do you want to blast them? Go ahead.
We've had the same finals. LeBron James has been in the finals. Finals for 6 years in a row.
Hey, guess who's coming out of the East? The Cavs.
The Cavs. It's going to be the Cavs.
Like, it's so frustrating. You're right. And you're right, Potts, because and this is obviously barring injury. You never know with injury.
Baseball, you have no idea who's going to go. If anyone had the Astros going last year, this was a team that basically won like 59 games.
Yeah. How many people had the Nationals winning come on, winning the pennant at least?
All right, I'll change it. See, well, that's why me knowing nothing about sports is I was like, oh, for sure.
But that's why I like to ask you.
Way more sense.
That's why I like to ask you on this, and it's going to be funny when we get out of football season because Potts is going to have to start watching some stuff he doesn't really enjoy.
God.
Belly said to me the other day in our post-show meeting, what's Potts going to do when the NFL season is over?
It's going to burn baseball and basketball to the ground.
So all of you baseball fans, I don't think this does anything of a difference of the predictability of the outcomes. However,
Yankees don't have starting pitching, and that's,
right, so
that's bad.
Talk to me about basketball, because right now I think the Houston Rockets, they're
third
amazing.
A third team this season has gone over a 10-game win streak. That's insane. The teams are going on such long win streaks.
Can we guess them? I know
the
it's
Cavs
the Cavs.
And the
it was Boston, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Boston.
Having huge winning streaks. And I mean, we came from a season a couple seasons ago where the Golden State Warriors were winning a record amount of games. So it's like, how are you these Rockets right now, since Chris Paul's come back, are 11-0. They haven't lost since Chris Paul's come back. They're
really
from
good,
injury.
and they're built to compete. They don't have to be better than the Warriors. They just have to launch way more threes in 4 of the 7 games and be lucky.
And they're on pace to break the record, their own record, for the amount of threes made in a single season.
But like, I can tell you right now what's going to happen, Potts. I got you. But I'm telling you right now, the West, it's going to be the Rockets against the Warriors. The Warriors are going to come out, and then you're going to have the Cavs and Boston, and the Cavs are going to come out. The Warriors beat the Cavs. Hey, I just saved you like 3 months of watching. You're welcome. What's up, Potts?
I mean, do these streaks matter? Like, because, you know, in the NFL with the Chiefs started out, 5-0, 6-0, and now they're like barely making the playoffs. Like, when you have a 10-game winning streak in a 90-game league,
82, yeah.
I mean, you still it almost seems like a bad idea, because it seems like you're going to burn yourself out. So, I mean, I don't know.
And you can't forget about the Spurs, who just got Kawhi Leonard back, too.
God, that's true. Man, who's still playing? I am very excited for the NBA this year.
I do think the Houston Rockets are a little more impressive. I think the Western Conference overall is much more balanced in their talent and the amount of teams that are high in skill. I mean, there are all-stars on almost every roster in
Belly,
the West.
give me the big names on Houston.
On Houston, we've got James Harden, Fear the Beard. We've got Chris Paul, 7-time All-Star.
Never won a playoff series, but
never won a playoff series, but you know,
CP0.
CP0.
And
cold-blooded is what you are.
And then who else? There's one more. Is Ariza on there?
No, well, Ariza was on there, but he's not a star.
But there's a lot of talk, Potts. There's a lot of talk.
He is on there.
LeBron James. Thank you. LeBron James maybe next year going to the Rockets.
What?
Yeah, there's talk of that, and then it's possible you could get Dwayne Wade there as well, and he's got pretty much all. You could even bring Carmelo. I mean, talk about the dumpster fire that is Oklahoma City right now. You got Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and Paul George, and nobody can figure out what to do with the basketball. Why don't they just put Carmelo on the bench and have him come off as the 6th man?
I would think that would.
He was amazing in the Team USA like that. That's what he did. He came off the bench.
I think it would be best that way, but unfortunately, I'm sure he's pushing to stay on the floor.
Potts, give me a question from Marinade. I know you had something for us here.
Oh yeah, so you know, December is kind of the slowest month in a lot of restaurants, and I've noticed I start to like wrap things up about an hour early. And
from the owner.
Do you think it's rude to put chairs on the table while there's still guests eating?
I would equate that. Belly, isn't that the same thing as turning the lights on before 2 a.m. in a bar?
You should always turn the lights on before 2 a.m.
9 o'clock. So we close at 9 o'clock. If there's people that are still eating and I want to just start closing, so they're not, I mean.
Belly?
No. Yeah, I think Potts is fine.
I think you're fine.
Turn the chairs.
Yeah, turn the chairs. If it's 9 o'clock. Now, if it was 8:50.
No, he's saying he's turning the chairs while people are still in the restaurant. I'm guessing you're turning these chairs at like 8:30.
No. I'm saying it's 9 o'clock. We're closing.
He
at
waits
9 o'clock.
to close.
There's a couple sitting in the corner eating, and I don't want to just sit there.
I would take their plate.
I turn the lights on early. I turn the lights on early all the time at the bar.
Yeah, if they're done, I'll definitely clear their table.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. But you can go sit down and just be like, hey, how was it? Awesome. Glad you liked it. Take the plate.
If I only have like 3 or 4 or 5 people in the bar, I turn the lights on early because it's dark.
How about this? Take it the other way. If you're the couple and you realize that the restaurant owner is walking around putting chairs on the table, maybe get your check.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm trying to get at.
Maybe get your bill. Yeah. Take note. Time to go.
I love turning on the lights at the bar. I'd say sun rises twice in a day.
I typically, if I'm DJing, I figured something out now. We're getting out of here in just a minute. Really appreciate you guys.
You always play closing time.
No, I don't play closing time. Here's what I do. Here's how I get out of this. When I play a banger to end, right? You play something like Don't Stop Believin' at a wedding. Everybody's drunk. Everybody sings along. Everybody's in a circle. Everybody's having a blast. But then what do you do after? Because there's no stage. There's nowhere for me to go, right? So as long as I'm standing there, somebody is going to come up and say, dude, one more. Come on, man, one more. Okay? Happens all the time.
What if you just start unplugging your stuff immediately?
Oh, no, thank you. No, thank you. So this is what I do. This is the song. I want to show you guys because I actually can do this.
I don't think you were saying no thank you to Potts, were you?
I don't even know. I wasn't listening to what he said. I don't really even remember what he asked me.
I said, why don't you just start unplugging all of your equipment the second you're done?
Good question.
They can't ask you that.
I do kind of do that. But here's the thing. If you play like a banger and then all of a sudden you put on like this. This is then what I play right after Don't Stop Believing. So you're going from party, 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 don't stop believing. People get so mad because they want to keep partying. And they hear this and they're like, no!
Close. The music's playing to play you off the stage.
I have literally started doing this. That's it, folks. Last song for me. Thank you so much. Have a good night. And I walk the hell out of there. I'm out. I am off the stage.
Drops
I am
the mic.
Literally sitting in a corner in the back just like this, just waiting about 3 minutes. That's my new move. It's my new move. I hide.
I go and curl up in a corner somewhere.
It's smart because you could end up playing for another 30, 40 minutes.
And people don't realize the venue has
and they want people to go.
Well, they have liability insurance, and it only is up to the time that we put it, and we put it towards that end time. So when you have the father of the bride coming up and saying, I need you to play one more. I need you to. Dude, the father of the bride, it was a Hispanic wedding. And the guy goes, DJ. During the father's speech, he goes, DJ, drum roll, please. I don't have a DJ. I don't have a drum. I just did this on the table. Everybody starts laughing. That's exactly what I did. I'm doing this. Everybody's like freaking out laughing. And then he gets to the punchline. And I opened it for him. And it was amazing, dude. Like, I do this, but like, there's not anything you can do to throw me off.
I was not ready for the drum roll, but then I was ready.
I was ready. There's nothing you can do that'll throw me off. And then dad's having
is like so mind-blowing to me that they would not tell you anything
in
advance, and then all of a sudden be like, drum roll, please.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. Like,
what
okay.
planet do people live on?
Let me go grab my drumsticks. Hang on. Like, what?
No, I'm sorry. Did you think you were on the Tonight Show? What is going on here?
Yeah, Paul, go ahead, Paul Schaefer. Help me out here.
Jeez.
Oh, man. Yeah, so actually, that guy comes up to me at the last, song of the night. He's like, half an hour, 30 minutes more. We'll pay you. They're, putting money in front of me. I'm like, I can't do it. So I understand. I'm so glad you guys are having fun when we do this.
Why can't you do that?
Because I have to end when we end because the venue and they have people that are already sitting in a truck waiting to come in.
Care?
Huh?
Well, no, but the problem is the guests also need to get on the shuttles.
The guests have to get on the shuttles.
If you keep playing music, they're just going to stay and stay.
The strike crew that's sitting in a truck of 15 Hispanic people, they come in and they just strike down the whole thing every single time. I literally play Despacito for them because I know they need tunes too. They're working. We're working hard. We're just trying to get out.
You play Despacito for the strike crew?
For the strike crew, yeah.
Great.
Well, Vivir La Vida, whatever. All right, guys. This has been an absolute blast. Belly, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, speed it up.
All right, Potts, what do you got left for the people, my friend?
That is all I got. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day. You can kindly go find yourself.
Yep, go find yourself indeed. He is Matty Potts from the Santa Monica Newsroom. We appreciate you, brother. We'll see you on Wednesday for Wednesday's podcast. You can, of course, catch it live on YouTube channel LITM Podcast. Belly, anything left for the people?
I think Adam said it all. Find us as always, and please like and subscribe.
Yeah, 5 belly rubs whenever you listen. We'll take that on iTunes. Thank you so much. And I would like to say, before I get out of here, I'm starting a brand new podcast. It'll be starting on January 2nd, 11 a.m., channel LITM Podcast as well, live on YouTube, and it is strictly dedicated to the One Wheel. That is right, folks. The voice of One Wheel airs January 2nd. Thanks for hanging out, everybody in Richmond. We'll see you guys on Sunday next week. It's Luch Dog in the Morning.
At litmradio.com.
Beautiful. Beautiful.